thank you to everyone that has subscribed. I have 100 subscribers now. In fact, now it's about 108. And everyone calls them subs. Thanks for the subs, everybody. What I wanted to say is, of course, an authentic thank you very much to my 100 subs. It is time that someone did a bullet point run through of Double Dragon and told everyone out there what it actually is from the beginning. The arcade game that I found as a 12-year-old when I went to a Laser Quest style place and I wandered upstairs because I heard this music and really raucous sound effects, and I'm like, what is that? And I went upstairs and there was an arcade machine there. In fact, there was 2 arcade machines there. One was Karnov. Not a bad game. I like Karnov, actually. It's a really bizarre platformer. In fact, Karnov was the first boss in Dragon Ninja. When he comes onto the screen, they even play the music from Karnov, the game that I'm talking about. And so Karnov, the arcade game, was next to Double Dragon. And I didn't take too much notice of Double Dragon, even though I found my way up the stairs to where Double Dragon was because of its sound effects. But there were some people playing it, and I was 12 and I was trying to be cool. And I was like, yeah, I'll wait till they're finished. I'll just play this game. Karnov. To be honest, I mean, I love Karnov. But, you know, the character is a middle-aged sort of fat guy, bald head, ridiculously preposterous moustache, got his shirt off and a beautiful pair of red pants. Whereas next to Karnov, we had Double Dragon. How can you compare Billy Lee as a character to Karnov? I mean, come on. It doesn't compare to Double Dragon. Double Dragon, they've got these things on their wrists, haven't they? I still don't know what they are, but they're damn cool. I wonder how they get them on, because it's clearly his mum's cheese grater that he's stolen from the pantry. And his mum only had one, so he had to go and steal another one from his nan. And so he's got the cheese graters, you know, the cool blonde hair, the blue, probably denim suit.
How do you compare?
So Double Dragon didn't just invent the beat-up style. It didn't just have a game with probably the best soundtrack known to personkind. It sort of invented the idea of punching your way through family trauma. I mean, the girlfriend, Marion, she steps outside. She's probably thinking,
might get a sandwich. What's nice to eat around here? It's not a bad area. They call it the slums, but, you know, I quite like it.
Bang, she gets punched in the stomach and taken away, reveals her underpants. No one's really spoken about that, have they? The fact that when he violently punches her, he then tosses her over his shoulder and her underpants are revealed. I remember as a kid seeing that and going, oh, and my friend was saying,
come on, Damon, come back over here.
And then the Marion underpants thing was happening on screen and I was like, oh, it's okay, I'm just gonna wait here for a bit. And he's like, no,
come over here. And I'm like,
oh no, I think I've hurt my leg. I've got to sit down for a sec. Excuse me, could I borrow vast quantities of money, please? Why? Well, because you can see this lady's underpants and I'm 12 years old and and I like that sort of thing. Oh, fuck me. I don't know if you saw that, but Billy Lee just fell over. It's probably because I mentioned Marion's underpants a couple of times. Oh, fuck me. So Marion gets punched and carted away, and you get to see some of the characters that you'll be fighting later on in the game. Oh, fuck me. What happens then is Billy and Jimmy Lee decide to come outside the roller door because they're thinking, well, Marion's taken a very long time to get those sandwiches. Something funny's going on here. So anyway, they come out, they realize they can see her being taken away, and they think, well, we need to fight everybody in this city until we find her. And then your character is ready to fight. This is Williams and Roper. Now, a lot of these names came from the Enter the Dragon film, Bruce Lee. Clearly, these two men are sharing a gym membership and a brain cell, and they walk up and then you
beat the stuffing out of them.
And this is where you first learn all the different moves. So if you keep pressing kick, it'll grab your enemy into a knee lock, and you can continue to just knee them in the head until you feel better about yourself. You'll notice that when you walk to the right, a lady comes out of a door.
She's got excellent hair.
Very nice sort of 80s permed hair. Just when you're looking at her thinking, geez, I really like that hairstyle, she whips you to death. You can actually grab the whip and then suddenly you become Indiana Jones. I don't really like the idea of using a whip. I'd rather use a bat, but not a whip. I'm not really into the whip. I think it's a bit... Now, as soon as you walk through from the lady with the lovely hair, then a Bobo will smash his way out of a brick wall. Clearly he owns the business behind the brick wall, or he's at a shop. You know, we can't see what it is, but perhaps that's an actual shop and a Bobo is actually in there doing some shopping. You know, you don't see a shopping cart, but maybe it's a Walmart or something.
Maybe he was stealing something and the police were chasing him, and the only way out for him, a man of his size, he just smashed his way through the back wall.
So once you're past a Bobo, you'll find that a man comes onto the street. You can kick the knife. Pardon me. There's a cat sitting on a dustbin. I remember when I first played the game when I was 12, and I remember looking at the cat thinking, why is that there? And getting distracted, and then I'd have like the enemies beat the crap out of me, and all I wanted to do is sort of interact with the cat. Maybe that's something they could have done, is some sort of quick interaction with the puss cat. I don't know. Maybe a dog comes on screen and scares the cat off and everyone has a bit of a laugh. And did you see that? That was great. And then they realize that they need to continue fighting and killing each other. So once you've defeated the people in this screen, you then make your way to the right. Now in this level, there are boxes everywhere, crates. It seems that the enemy's main solution to crime is storage. So one guy comes on straight away and greets you with a stick of dynamite. If you hold it for too long being about half a millisecond, it will blow your head off. The enemies are unforgiving. It is a hard game, there's no doubt about it. The best way to sort of deal with the enemies in this level is to toss them off. Toss them off the cliff. And you can also throw them off the edge. When you finally jump up to this section here, another couple of ladies come out with the lovely hair. They're called Linda. So Lindas come out. A lot of Double Dragons, like the descriptions in some of these games, they refer to Double Dragon as fighting a clone army. So the reason they say that is because Roper and Williams, they all look the same. So someone said, yeah, we'll just say they're clones and not sort of address the idea that it's 1987 and we don't have enough processing power to make a whole bunch of different characters. But that's okay, because in 2025 we have Double Dragon Revive, and it seems that they don't have enough processing power to make that game any good. So once you've fought the people in this particular area here, you have Jeff, who looks exactly like Billy Lee, only his hair's slightly receding a bit and he's wearing green. We start off down the bottom there, the elevator takes us, and then you make your way through this section. Another Linda will come out and she'll greet you with a whip. When you keep walking to the right in this level, you'll find yourself in a forest. There's a few holes, there's some tree trunks, there's some trees in the background. In fact, I quite like it. So we make our way up to the bridge, which of course is not complete, and you have to jump over the bridge. And when you first play Double Dragon, you probably spend roughly about $900 at this section. So once you've made it through the forest level, you have to jump your way down into the next bit, and you find yourself on a big steel bridge, and there's two Jeffs there you need to defeat. The best way to fight Jeff is an elbow to the head. When you punch him, he blocks it. It's the coolest animation. He blocks and then you punch and then he kicks you in the head. He does all the same moves you do, which is really cool. And you cannot get him into a knee lock move, right? So if you pummel him badly just before his energy is low, it's usually about 8 or 9 knockdowns, you can then get him in a knee lock and just keep him there. It's fantastic. You can sort of grab him and you'd always say to your friend,
I've got Jeff in the knee lock.
And people would say,
oh, that's good. Good for you.
What? No, he's got Jeff in the knee lock? Yeah. Well, because you can't get Jeff in the knee lock normally because he's hard to, he wriggles, he's like a bloody, he's a bit like, because he's hard. I mean, if you try to get, you can't get him. You cannot get Jeff into, no, you can't get him. You can't get him into it. Yeah, if you pummel him about 8, 9 knockdowns, you can then get him into a knee lock.
Hence why I said, hi everybody, I've got Jeff in a knee lock. I mean, this is an arcade scene from the 80s where you'd scream out to people,
hey, I've got Jeff in a knee lock.
And so we have mission 5, I think it is, the last one, where you walk in. I've explained this one before. You have the wall that sort of just pops out and kicks you off into spikes. And then you have statues trying to spear you, some sort of a double dragon human kebab. And then you have a man throwing a knife at you. And you make your way through all that. Two Abobos smash their way out of another store. They try and kill you. And then you make your way across. And of course, Willie is the big bad guy, and he will try to machine gun you to death. But you know, the big twist here is the actual villain in this game. It's not the guy with the machine gun. It's actually your brother. She's up there on the wall. You're fighting. You then actually have to kill the real villain, which is your brother. It's either Billy or Jimmy. Take your pick. If you're fighting your friend, whoever wins gets the girl. It's a little bit misogynistic. I'm sorry. We know that Marion is Billy's girlfriend. Marion, of course, doesn't have a say in it. Marion's tied up going,
Excuse me? Do I get a say in this?
So you punch your twin brother to death, and then Marion wakes up and falls off the rope, and she walks over, and whoever lives ends up with Marion, and you live happily ever after.
Time to